Hello, and welcome to another episode of Understanding Zendesk. I'm Eugene Gravel, and today we're going to take a look at SLAs. Now, if you don't know what SLAs are, they're service level agreements, or the commitment you have to your customer and your business and the amount of time that it takes to go back and forth. So in order to set up SLAs, you're going to have to first come down to your admin cogwheel. Click on your admin cogwheel, make sure that you're logged in as a system admin. Come down to business rules, and then service level agreements. And since we don't have any service level agreements set up already, we can go ahead and hit the add policy button. And what that's going to bring you to is the setup for SLA policies. Now we're going to head and put in a name for your SLA policy. So SLA policy 1. You can enter in a description, our SLA policy. The next is the conditions. Now if you haven't seen my other videos, conditions come in two forms, all and any. When it comes to all conditions are the conditions that must all be met before the action can take place, or in this case, the SLA can take place. Any conditions is more if you have multiple conditions that you want to have satisfied in order to have the SLA go through. So all is more restrictive, any is a little less restrictive. So that's the conditions. Next one is the targets. So for targets, basically, this is where you're going to put in your time duration. Now, these break down into hours and minutes. It has urgent, high, normal, and low, which are your priorities. Each one has a kind of description on it. So first reply time is the first time a requester sends in a request and your company responds back. Requester wait time is the amount of time that the requester has to wait under certain status conditions. Agent work time is the amount of time that the agent works on the ticket. Next reply time is when a comment is unread and is read, the time between that time and when it comes to your reply. Periodic updates is the time between each public comment from agent displayed in minutes, and pausable updates are the time between each public comment, and you'll see that in your tickets. So in order to add a time, you go ahead and click on either high, urgent, normal, or low. Go ahead and put in the number that you want, and you basically fill out this entire thing. And if you don't want to use a particular priority, you don't have to. Let's say that you only want SLAs for urgent and high, you have that ability here. Now, one of the important things to note is that if you do not have professional or enterprise, you can't actually use SLAs. So that's really important. The second thing that you want to consider also is if you have certain schedules that your company runs on within Zendesk, that you want to apply those to the right schedule. Now, something that I'm going to add in is going to be the tutorial from Zendesk itself, because I think it's pretty well laid out. And one of the really important things that you want to pay attention to is a little further down, and it has to do with ordering SLAs. Now, a lot of people have multiple SLAs when it comes to Zendesk, just kind of if you have like certain statuses for members, or if you have certain customers that you deem special, you're going to want to put the most restrictive SLA policies first. And that's kind of important because it will actually run through in order and apply certain SLAs after certain tickets are created. So that's really important. The next part of SLAs that you'll want to see, at least your agents will want to see, is if you come over to tickets and look at the tickets. Right now we only have the sample ticket in here, but as you can see, it doesn't show our SLA, so it's not very useful if we're including SLAs. So what you're going to want to do to fix this is you're going to want to add the SLA view to your ticket views. Now, each one of these ticket views are different, so if you want to have your SLA view on all your ticket views, you're going to need to add them individually to each one. So in order to edit our views, we're going to go ahead and come up here to the little down arrow. Under the view that you want to select and add the SLA to, come down to edit, and that'll bring us to the cogwheel and then views. And what we're looking for here is, because we are in the unsolved ticket view, we're going to want to take a look at all the conditions. So basically, views are defined by these all conditions. So right now we're looking at the status is less than solved, so any ticket that has not been solved yet, and the assignee is the current user, the person who's logged in. So what we're going to want to do is come down to the table columns, and the left side are the ones that are not in the view. The ones on the right are the ones that are currently in the view. Now, in order to add SLA, we just find SLA in the left column, which is the column that are not in the current view. We drag it over to the column and we order it the way that we want it. So if you want it to be the first thing, you can drop it into the first one. If you click and drag, you can drop it into any slot you want it to. Usually, you put it either towards the end or near the priority, because that's kind of like the thing that governs the SLA. So you can change all sorts of things. Maybe I'll do a video on views later, but right now we're going to stick to SLAs. You're going to want to make sure that if you want it to apply to all agents, so all agents who have the unsolved ticket view, you're going to want to click all agents. If you break down your agents into different groups, like let's say you have a special group for tier 1 customers, or you have a special group for internal agents for your company, you're going to want to click the agents and then select the proper group. Or if, let's say that you are just the only person on your team, or you have a team that, isn't really into SLAs, but you personally want to, keep track of your SLAs, you can go ahead and click on the me only, and so that will not apply to your entire team. So for this instance, we're going to keep it all agents, because I think it's pretty important that all agents are able to see the SLAs that they have to hit. So once you get all this done, and you have the option to add more things, but right now we're just adding the SLAs. Come down here to save, you hit the submit button, and voila, we're done. So if you want to go back and take a look, you will come back to your unsolved tickets, come over here, and you'll see we added the next SLA reach. Now currently you can't see it because I didn't actually set up the SLAs, but once you set up the SLAs, there'll be different colors. So green will be your everything is still okay SLA, you're still in the clear. When you surpass, or you go past your due date, it'll actually show you a red marker, and it'll show you the number of time that has elapsed since it was breached. So that's our SLA video for today. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If you have specific situations, I'll, more than happy to help, and let's get you up and running on Zendesk. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.